Do you want to know how to play minor triads on your guitar? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to play minor triads all over your guitar. Coming up next. On the Next Generation Music Sessions channel, we make videos for the professional hobbyist, for the professional who does other things other than music and wants an effective solution for practicing when they have time to practice. If that sounds like you, click the subscribe button below. Without further ado, today's lesson. So let's start with the basics. So if you don't know what a minor triad is, I would highly recommend that you check out this video right here. This is a link to a video that I did on major triads, and it gives you a description of what a major triad is and gives you 3 different ways or voicings of playing major triads, specifically G major. So if you're not already hip to that and you don't know what that is, I'd start there first and then come back to this video. So a minor triad, there are a bunch of different ways of describing what a minor triad is, and here's how I'm going to do it. Way number 1 is to refer to a major triad. So we've been working on our G major triad voicings and our C major triad voicings over the last several videos. So the basic way of playing a minor triad is to just take that middle note in a root position, the 3rd of the chord, and to lower it 1/2 step. So definition 1 of minor triad is it is a major triad with a lowered 3rd. And then finally, the last part of a major triad is going to be your 5th. So the 5th is what's called a perfect 5th. It's one of your perfect intervals. If you're not sure what I'm referring to, I have a link in the description to a book that I wrote all on intervals and the guitar and how to map out your fretboard using intervals. But basically, a perfect 5th is going to be any 5th in your C major scale that is not B to F. So if you're interested in, so in other words, a perfect 5th can also be defined as a 3.5 step interval, which is a lot. On the guitar, an easier way to think about this is going to be, is it really 3.5? So on the guitar, an easier way to think about this is going to be to reference your power chord. So if you know where your root is, your 5th is a power chord above the root. That is on the adjacent string, the next highest string, 2 frets above it. And now let's get into some playing minor chord voicings. So for minor chord voicings, I'm going to be using the same types of voicings that I did for the G major chords and also for the C major chords. But like I said, we're going to be using A minor. There are a number of reasons why I chose A minor exclusively, and basically the idea is that there are a number of tunes that you can reference that use a 1 major to a 2 minor chord. It happens quite frequently in, say, like gospel music, gospel influenced music, R&B music, etc. So it's something that happens frequently. So here's how you play your minor inversions on your D, G, and B strings. A minor style. Next, we're going to look at inversions on the G, B, and E strings, which look like this. And finally, on your road to being a minor chord ninja is the low string voicings. So with that, once again, I've composed a little etude for this lesson. It's just because I really like writing music. Yeah. So here's what it sounds like. So this etude consists of two parts, and the only chords I'm playing in those two parts are going to be G major and A minor. So the first section has a lot of effects on it, if you couldn't tell, and those effects are some reverb, specifically a plate reverb, and then also a multi-head delay. I'll leave a link in the description of my specific delay reverb pedal in the event that you like it and you want to purchase it. So what I start out doing is playing some of those low string triads, and what I'm doing in this specific section is using the quarter note pulse of the second section and subdividing quarter note triplets. So the tempo is roughly ba 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 like that. So I'm going ga 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 triplet like that. And I'm taking my pick and I'm playing this strumming pattern. So up, down, up, down, up, like that. I also found that I liked the sound of my pick when I turned it sideways as opposed to just using the pointy side. So you'll see me in the second section, the second time I play the second section, I flip the pick around to make this more aggressive sound. So that's what happened there. So it roughly goes like this without the effects. So that's just G up to A minor, both root position, and then I go that first inversion A minor, and then back to the root position G, and then up to the A minor, and then second inversion G, and then I do a little bend here, and then natural harmonics, and I just repeat that. So the second section consists of a series of descending triads. So I start on this root position A minor to root position G major. And then I go down to this second inversion of both G major to A minor. But when I play them, I'm going to do a slide from the G into the A minor. And what you're going to want to do is re-finger this. So normally I would play this triad like this, with my first finger barring and my second finger playing the G. Or I might play it 1, 3, 2 like that. But here I'm going to play it completely backwards and free up my first finger, which will allow for me to slide into this A minor and basically keep my second finger and my pinky on the strings. Pro tip right there. Yeah. And then I go down to a first inversion A minor chord with the A in the melody. So that section all together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I'm going to start on the second inversion A minor chord on my D, G, and B string set. And you can kind of hear me doing this. I go from this A minor to the root position up to the first inversion, but I just barely stop on that root position A minor voicing. So now all I do for the second section is repeat the same section, just don't hold my pick like a weirdo, basically. So those are the tips for the etude. I hope you enjoyed it.
That concludes the etude and the lesson on minor triads. In this video, we looked at A minor triads, so you can take this and move these A minor triads to any other minor voicings that you need to or want to use for the songs you're learning. Don't forget that if some of this was over your head, you might want to check out this video right here. Start here, and this will help prepare you for this video. Without further ado, I'll see you next time.